Alberta Safety Inspection, your complete automotive repair.
Well, Moses, it's still up in the air if we will have NHL hockey, but what does that actually mean for Hockey Day in Canada here in the Border City?
Well, last week we had the mayor mention that there is a Plan B contingency just in case it does last long, but you got to remember the season actually hasn't been canceled yet, or the first part of the games. It doesn't start till early October. So if they come through a deal like we heard in the story before that said, you know, maybe they might get something done this week, hopefully. Like to see some hockey.
But either way, for us, we're not going to miss out.
No, not as of yet. But if this thing continues to go longer and longer as it progresses, that might be an issue. But so far, nothing to panic about just yet. But we do also have some great hockey to tell you about. The Lloydminster Minor Hockey Association held a referee clinic for returning and new hockey officials over the weekend. Emmett Murphy has more.
For 2 days, the Northeast Zone Referees Committee taught and refreshed the rules of the game. Committee Secretary Troy Winterholt says for the older guys, it's not very important, but for the kids, the weekend is crucial.
It gets them into the rule book, gets them brushing them up on the rules, penalty situations, canceling penalties, and learn numerical on ice strength at certain points in certain situations. So it's a huge learning tool for the younger officials.
The training had a turnout of a couple dozen skaters representing all ages.
Is there enough? Probably not, but you just hope that you can mentor them and bring them along, and hopefully that they stick with it and can further their careers or stay involved in the games in ways that way.
Well, I've always wanted to ref since I was little, and I was finally old enough this year to take it, and I finally got to take it and get to ref hockey this season.
Those teaching and learning how to officiate stress the importance of the skaters and stripes. They say without them, the Northeast Zone would have their own lockout.
Well, it's just like the puck. If you don't have a puck, you don't play, and if you don't have officials, you don't play as well. So I think there's definitely a need for them out there.
Without refs, it would be like everyone would just be running all over the ice crazy. Without refs, there wouldn't be hockey.
All right, the Lloydminster exhibition season for the Bandits is underway, taking on the Junior B provincial hosts, the Wainwright Bisons at the Civic Center. Bandits and Bisons tied at 2 heading into the third. The visitors with an awful giveaway. Roper Jones not able to tuck it home. So moments later, Jordan Pachuk is nailed by Josh Holt. The play continues, and Roper Jones steamrolls Colby Lefebvre as the game gets heated up. A minute later, sloppy 3-man rush nearly leads to a goal by Riley McNabb. Then Brent Kolibaba nearly snipes one before McNabb fires one into the half-empty cage. It's 3-2, 3 minutes into the third. With the score 4-2 Bandits, Nathan Newman can't bury the golden pass you'll see coming up here from Chris Romanchuk. You can see the same possession. Romanchuk will also fan from the same spot. Can't believe it. A little bit of deja vu there. 8 minutes left in the game. Bison cycling low. Taylor Shabata walks out and fools the Bandits with a softie. Then 2 minutes later, Merrick Lewis with an awful giveaway. Scott Rowland shelves the gimme. It's now tied up at 4 apiece. Less than a minute later, Bandits can't grab the puck off the face-off. Dustin Picard puts it out in front, poked away right to Tyler Croning, who buries it. Bisons lead 5-4 thanks to 3 goals in 3.5 minutes. Final 2 minutes, Bandits would be on the power play. Brody Pollard can't sneak one in short side. There's a scramble for the puck that ensues, and it bounces out the other side where Pollard will try to tuck it in there, but it's no good. The Bandits lose 5-4 despite outshooting Wainwright 40-11.
I expect myself to be there when it really counts. I mean, the last 2 goals, that's when the team really needs me. I mean, 11 shots. I'd like to have those last couple right when it really counts, but that's something I'm going to work on. I mean, rebounds and stuff like that, but that's all something that's going to come as we move along, and it should be taken care of pretty quickly.
40-11. We outplayed them most of the game, but had that 10-minute lapse, and in this league you can't do that 10-minute lapse. And I'm sure Blair would like a couple back. I'm sure our defense would like a couple back, but we just got to tighten up a little bit more on our back end. But in the end, preseason, we're still looking at guys and getting better.
Now moving on to soccer, the Lakeland men's soccer team was back in action yesterday, less than 24 hours after beating Olds College the day before. So in the highlights, we'll see it. Rustlers up against the top team in the division, the undefeated St. Trojans. SAIT on the early attack here. Block shot is recovered beautifully by Adirius Saramoa. His shot is, though, blocked by another Rustler player. Same half. Trojans charging again. Despite defensive pressure, they go for net. And this time, again, no good. Rustlers would finally break up a Trojans attack. Josh Pinton lobs the ball deep. Perfect positioning for a perfect header to Dakota Tatusis. He gets a foot on it, but can't find the target as it just goes wide. Moments later, we'll see Amadou Limina Diallo, while the score is still scoreless. He's been taken down in the box. That leads to a penalty kick, and that leads to a goal. Trojans up with the lead on the road. Second half, corner kick cleared by the Rustlers defenders. Here's you see the shot is going to be blocked and picked up by Diallo, who feeds it across to wide open Dylan Portillo, who makes it look so easy. The Trojans add another one in the match by a goal by Mike Ham. The Trojans move to 4-0 with a 3-0 win. Rustlers' record is now 1-1-1.
We were just outclassed today. I give all credit to the competition. SAIT did very well, and we showed that we're still a little bit naive and have to have a little more confidence in our play. So can't be afraid to lose, can't be afraid to go up the field, and that's where we're at right now.
Meanwhile, the Rustlers women's soccer team has been inconsistent so far this season, losing their opener to Red Deer 4-0 before beating the Olds Broncos by that same scoreline. Today, the girls led twice, but both times the Trojans replied quickly. And by today, I meant yesterday, before the SAIT Trojans got a goal in the 87th minute by, it was a tough one. They lose a heartbreaker there, as you see, 3-2 the final. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be back with more Newcap news and weather after the break.